Hey everyone, this is Coach Yani Moya and I'm a transformational life and finance coach. Welcome to Quarter Life Bliss. This is a podcast dedicated to disrupting the quarter life crisis mindset, spreading bliss and happiness to all listeners. My mission is to inspire possibilities, taking away the fear of going through your 20s and to crisis-proof your quarter life. At 25, I'm very happy to share that I'm living a life of purpose, successfully content and happy even as I evolve with the times. These lessons, tips, and insights I now share with all of you, in the hopes that you too will find your quarter life bliss, whatever your age and circumstances. Welcome back to another episode of Quarter Life Bliss. My guest today is Kevin T. He is known in his brand on TikTok as a Tito. You might have seen him also on TV commercials or on YouTube as he has his vlog. He's currently the reigning Mr. Chinatown 2020 first runner-up with the intention to use his influence to teach people the value of money, family, and health. Upon connecting with him, I learned that he is also in the finance field as a full-time financial advisor. Kevin is actually one of my TikTok crushes. O, diba? And I got him on the show today to talk about something that I'm very passionate about. So nagulat ako na he likes this topic. So, hi Kevin!
Hi, Annie. Thanks for having me. Ganda ng intro mo.
Wow. Thanks for saying yes to this invitation. And I'm super excited to talk to you about this topic na pag-uusapan natin today because feeling ko marami ring taong curious as to how you manage all of the things that you're doing right now. So our topic kasi diba for today, and I think people should know that you requested this topic is time management. Diba? What do you think what is time management for you, and why is it important, especially when you have a lot of things you do? So mga sinabi ko kanina, you're a financial advisor, you have your commercials, parang mag-shoot ka pa, ganyan. Tapos you also have siguro yung mga duties mo as Mr. Chinatown. So why is time management important with everything that you're
Right. Well, it's very important kasi we all have, pareho lang naman lahat tayo, may 24 hours in a day. That's how we use yung 24 hours na yun. And right now, kasi I've been really blessed kasi maraming mga projects na dumarating because of TikTok, Chinatown, and ayun, pagka maraming dumarating, you have to really focus Parang this day, at this hour, may ganitong gagawin, may shoot ako. Next hour, may work, client meeting. So you have to be really focused doon and very disciplined. Alright, so ako kasi medyo I'm a boring person actually. Sa social media, I look like a fun guy, pero may routine now every day and I really follow that one. So morning I work out. May oras talaga. So by 11 siguro dapat tapos ako mag-workout para rest of the day I'll be doing work, I'll be doing TikTok dances, mga ganon. And I'll be doing, kung may mga magko-collab, isisingit.
Nice. So para talagang scheduled yung buong araw mo because of a lot of things,
yes,
no? Have you always had a lot of things that you do? Parang ganon?
Yeah. Actually, it started parang back in high school kasi I was an athlete. High school until college. I used to swim. I don't know if alam mo yun, pero swimmer ako. So high school, it was mas madali high school kasi lang siya, school and then swimming. And then when college came, syempre mas marami ng mga org. So nasanay ako doon kasi back in college, our swim training was 5 a.m. So 5 to 8 a.m. siya. So doon ko nakuha feeling ko yung discipline ko talaga na sa oras. Kasi 5 to 8, parang ang dami mo nagawa nakapag-workout ka na, nakapag-training ka na. And then 8 onwards, ang haba pa ng araw, di ba? You get to go to school, you get to join orgs, you get to hang out with your friends. So I really took advantage of that time. So, ayun. And then na-carry over eventually until I started working. But etong busy, naging nung fresh grad ako, medyo nawala yung busyness kasi nawala yung swimming. So, bumalik lang siya recently because of TikTok actually kasi doon ako nagkakaroon ng mga new activities. So, yun, doon ako naging mas strict. And then, yun na, singit-singit lang naman kung ano-ano gumagawa within the day lagi.
Alam mo, nakaka-relate ako kasi I remember back in college, like, in my first year in college, I joined 7 organizations.
Oh, ang dami na.
Because sabi before I entered college, sabi nila, you have to join an org. Like, keep yourself busy. Dapat mas marami kang time sa organizations kaysa sa inaaral mo in engineering.
Really?
So I had, parang for you daw talaga to be successful in life and to, thrive when you go out to the real world. Parang you have to ipon a lot of credentials from your organization. So that's what I did. First year, I joined a lot of orgs kasi in-implement ko agad sa life ko. And I like that you mentioned around being disciplined with your time.
Yeah.
Kasi it's important, no? Especially if you want to do a lot of things, if you have a lot of commitments. Diba?
Yeah.
Kailangan you know how to be disciplined. If you say you're gonna wake up, sabi mo nga, 5 to 8, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
5 to 8 nagsuswimming ka. I mean, preparation for swim. So parang, diba? Kailangan mo talaga ng discipline when you have activities like this.
Yeah.
And ako, siguro I just wanna point out, no, I always say that I don't believe in time management. Hindi naman always. Simula 2019 lang. So in 2019, parang I was introduced to commitment management. So commitment management kasi it's just kasi time you cannot control, but you can control what you say yes and no to. Diba? You can control your commitments. Parang ikaw, you have your TikToks, you have your TikTok brands, partnerships na kailangan mong ayusin, you have to shoot. You have to keep saying yes to those. You choose to say yes to those rather. So commitment mo yon. That's why you're gonna do it, diba? And a lot of people, I don't know if na-experience mo to, parang sasabihin nila, and ako personally before ganito, parang kulang talaga yung 24 hours a day ko.
Yeah.
Yung ganong feeling, na parang ang dami kong kailangan gawin, tapos hindi talaga siya magkasya in 24 hours. But what I realized is it's because so hindi kulang yung oras, sobra-sobra lang yung commitment ng tao.
Yeah.
Diba? Kaya it seems like kulang yung oras. But you mentioned earlier about your routine, no? Paano mo pinaplan out yung routine mo? Are you parang the type of person na parang sa Google Calendar or nagta-time blocking? Like, do you have like a structure around how you structure your activities?
Yeah, I do. Hindi ako Google Dito lang sa laptop So, most of my day talaga kaharap ko lang itong computer ko. I have a planner, pero mas naging before planner out talaga pero since the pandemic started, mas naging high-tech na ako. So, dito ko na nilalagay lahat. And actually, mas better kasi low-tech nga dati, erase, sulat dito, drag mo na lang if something moves. So, yun, I really follow this one especially yung workout time ko talaga yung nagdi-dictate So, I wake up siguro before I used to wake up at 5, diba? To train for swimming. Pero since ngayon, wala naman ng training. I wake up siguro 8, 8:15. Then by 8:30, dapat nasa garage na workout na 8:30 to maybe 10. Tapos 1 hour rest, 11 onwards, yun na. Yung mga other things na magagawa ko. Alright. So usually inuuna ko yan mga TikTok things para maganda pa yung lighting kasi habang umaga. And then after ko shoot yung mga dances na ginagawa ko. Kasi I was told na kailangan at least once a day.
Yun ba yung workout mo? Magsayaw?
Yun na yung after. Yun yung pang cool down ka.
Cool down mo, mag-practice ng sayaw, ganon.
So yun, I dance content, tapos go on a skit or whatever na ma-feel kong gawin. And then shoot ko yun habang maganda lighting. And then after, balik na naman ako sa laptop ko. And then I do yung financial advising work or kung may masingit pang iba.
So what I'm getting from you, no, guys, makinig kayo dahil kahit tito siya, 'di ba? Self-declared na tito. Parang si Tita G, gines ko rin si Tita G. But kahit na self-declared na tito, he's using tech. Diba?
Yeah,
Parang online na. Din ako, I can relate to that. Because before, I used to have yung planner talaga na Starbucks o kaya yung notebook na may mga dates.
Yeah.
But nung ginamit ko yung iPad for my schedules and Google Calendar, I do time blocking. So time blocking kasi is really blocking your time for a specific activity that you're gonna do. Kasi if you just create a to-do list, I'm not sure if ganito ka, but yung uunahin mo yung mga gusto mo lang gawin. Tapos yung mga hihirap, like, ipoprocrastinate mo siya eh. You'll be so tamad to do it. Sa dulo mo na gagawin. But if you do time blocking, for example, morning content creation, tapos financial advisor work, parang binablock mo na lahat ng admin work ko dito. Tapos dito lahat ng content creation. So, you can do that, guys, via Google Calendar or any calendar or mga planner sa phone. Ako, personally, I just use Google Calendar para lang simple, diba? Kita mo agad, okay, may recording ako this time, so I cannot like put work-related stuff here. Parang ganon. It's very basic, no? But what I'm really getting here is that important talaga that you have your structure, whatever works for you. Because I know a CEO who's still using a planner. Sabi niya, hindi ko talaga kayang mag-Google Calendar. I tried many times na isusulat ko siya sa iPad ko, pero hindi, diba? So whatever works for you, guys, you can use that. But important that you have a structure. Kasi if you don't have structure, kalat-kalat lang yung gagawin mo for the day. And then you'll end up just using your phone. I mean, mag-TikTok ka na lang all day and not be productive at all. So, yon. So, what are the causes, do you think, of a poor time management? Ano sa palagay mo yung parang like nagiging cons or yung cons? Based on your experience, nagkaroon ka na ba na parang feeling mo before, oh my gosh, wala talagang structure yung buhay ko. So, I really need to level up my time management skills. Ganon.
Yeah, actually, hanggang ngayon, minsan feel ko pa rin yan kahit may mga naka-schedule dito Kasi parang, like you told earlier, kung ano yung mga ni-yes mo or ni-no mo, yun yung nagdi-dictate ng anong gagawin mo next Alright, so I think pagka wala kang ganitong schedule, you tend to procrastinate, lazy ka kasi there's nothing to look forward to. So I use this tool talaga. Etong sa Apple lang to I don't know what it's called Pero yung
Calendar?
Yung calendar lang. And yung maganda nga kasi naka-connect sa Mac, iPhone, iPad. So nandun na lahat. So isang edit lang, updated lahat ng screens ko. So you really have to parang stick to a schedule para, especially in our line of work kasi yung work natin wala naman tayong time in, time out.
Boss.
Wala tayong boss. Walang time in, one time out. So, may mga leaders tayo sa industry, pero wala naman tayong boss talaga na who's gonna tell us you have to be here at this specific time. Tayo lang magdidictate nun. And with this much free time, becoming a financial advisor, yun yung maganda sa work natin kasi we get to really own our time. Yung parang temptation doon, parang manood na kaya ng TV or something. I think I have an hour to watch, gano'n. Tapos mamaya, mas-stuck ka na sa loop na nod ka na nod, which happens to me quite some time din. Kasi syempre, human naman tayo.
Mabababad ka talaga sa TikTok, diba?
Yeah, TikTok talaga yung Actually, 3 hours a day yung If di ba may tayo, yung screen time. Kaya nga 3 hours a day ako sa TikTok. Instagram, 2 hours. The rest, I'm not sure. Pero yun yung talagang most na nagagamit.
Oo, ako din. TikTok yung mahalaki, tsaka Instagram.
Yeah, pero that's where we get work din. I mean, that's how we reach out to people. Kaya okay rin, nababad yung apps na yun. Pero to sum everything up, talagang you have to be parang you have to have a schedule. Otherwise, out in the area di parang you're just YOLOing throughout the day, di ba? Ewan kung uso pa yung word na yung YOLO.
Ay, that's so Tito.
Yun yung uso ng ng kabataan.
Mga panahon namin, guys, yun yung usong term. So, mga Gen Z nakikinig. No? Ang daming Gen Z nakikinig sa akin. Usually, yung mga listeners ko.
YOLO ngayon?
I don't know. Di ko din alam. Medyo, old school din ako. So, tama yung sinabi mo, no, na when you have your structure, you know if you can still say yes to something. You know if you can say no to something or nag-overcommit ka na. Diba? Parang lalabas doon, makita mo kasi, hindi ko na talaga kayang mag-take in ng another call. Hindi ko na talaga kayang mag-take in ng another task for the day because ang dami na. No? And I think hindi lang tayo as being in our field or having the time freedom to actually decide what we're gonna do. Hindi lang tayo Because most of us are work from home right now. So, technically, wala talagang time in, time out. Unless siguro you do Zoom calls 8 a.m., which I think hindi naman just to check in with everyone, gising na ba lahat? Hindi naman ata ganun yung corporate ngayon, no? So, everyone has the freedom right now to, schedule, plan their day out. And kailangan dito, yun nga, minention mo kanina, na meron kang discipline on how you work around your schedule. Ikaw ba yung tipo din ng tao na like before and until now, no, I still struggle with this, na parang I don't finish things right away. Parang I procrastinate a lot. I cram a lot. And I think it's very related to time management, because if we keep cramming things, nangyayari, kunwari at the end of the week and you have to finish that, parang punong-puno tuloy yung week mo or yung last day mo of the week kasi lahat ng to-do nandun. Ganun ka dun ba?
Well, medyo blessed ako na strict ako sa time ko. I don't know parang I got this from actually kay Kobe. Parang yung Mamba mentality. Talagang strict siya. I mean, siya kasi personally, he works out 4 times a day. Ako na hindi man ako ganun ka-athlete. I work out once a day. Pero yung workout ko, so yung training niya, yun yung work ko. So I procrastinate within the day lang. Pero I finish everything. Hindi ko minumove through the next day. So kung magpupuyat ako ngayon, at least tapos ko lahat. So that's one thing na at least, I think medyo nagalingan ako sa sarili ko dun kasi hindi ko minumove to the next day. Talagang procrastinate ako konti siguro sa start. Like manood ng YouTube, manood ng TikTok, pagbigyan ko sarili ko. Pero pagka game time na, like when I'm really focused, talagang all out ako dyan. So I guess find an idol, di ba, na parang, ganun kasi siya magsalita si Kobe, parang the way he did it kasi, so kwento ko na lang, kaya ako naniniwala sobrang sa kanya.
Kasi wala ko alam sa sports. Pero kilala ko naman si Kobe and I know the Mamba mentality. But sige, go ahead.
Yeah, so the Mamba mentality kasi, so practice siya, di ba? So every time nagpa-practice siya, gumagaling siya. No, so people usually pa-practice sila twice a day lang. So siya, pa-practice siya mga 3 a.m. pa lang yata gising na si Kobe. Practice siya 3, tapos practice siya ng 5. So nakadalawang training na siya. Tapos next training, 7 onwards with the Lakers na, with the team. So parang nakadalawa na siya. So parang nakalamang na siya sa kanilang lahat, di ba? So by the time pumunta siya dito sa next workout na to, parang palayo yung level niya sa kanila. So that's why ganoon din siya ka-confident sa sarili niya. Kasi he knows na every time he puts in work, lumalayo yung competition sa kanya. So ganun na rin ako nag-iisip. Parang if I put in work in my own craft, lalayo yung Pero instead na skill, so syempre tataas yung sweldo, dadami yung opportunities mo kuha. The more content I put out, the more clients I close, mas maraming good things makukuha for me. So that's how I see things.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if I tweeted about this, but I said na parang there's nothing really special around people who are pro, except they just put in more time working on their craft. Diba? Sinabi mo nga si Kobe, 3 a.m., my gosh, diba? Pero when people see it, ang galing niya in court. They don't know the training, the discipline na ginawa before that.
Yeah.
And, with kahit anong field ang mga tao, they have to, really give time to put in the work in their craft to be the best at that. So, I think yung isa pang gusto ko i-point out is that important then that you follow your structure because you want to have time for other aspect of your life because work is not life, right? You have your health. You have to, sabi mo nga, workout is part of your routine.
Yeah.
Diba? You have to make time for your relationships, your family time, your creative expression. For us, it's TikTok. Diba? Where we really try to, be creative in life.
Yeah.
Or other things, diba? You really have to make time for those things as well. That's why it's important na yung mga nasa to-do po natin, na kaya yung mga procrastinators, dapat ay ginagawa yan. And I was telling this to my intern yesterday, na do you know why a lot of my, parang one thing in common sa lahat ng successful na tao na kilala ko is that they do things right away. So for example, I ask you, Kevin, pahingi naman akong successful person na lang. Kunwari yung mentor ko, pag tinanong ko siya, ito talaga yung story. No? Parang tinatanong ko, bakit parang ang dami ninyong time, coach? Sabi ko sa kanya na whenever I message, he replies nga right away eh. Parang na ako pa yung nahihiyan na ang tagal ko mag-reply sa kanya. And he's my leader, my director. So imagine, dapat iniisip ko na sobrang busy niya. Pero isa lang daw yung secret talaga ng mga successful na tao na in-apply niya sa life niya is to do things right away. So if ever like for example, you're given tawag dito parang a chance to work on something, kailangan din daw talaga na gawin mo na agad. So for example, tinanong siya, coach, pahingi naman akong video, kunwari, as simple as video greeting. Gagawin niya na. Like, isasend niya na agad. Hindi niya na sasabihin, okay, send ko tonight or send ko later. Like, even if, kunwari, nasa meeting siya, tapos, i-mute niya lang saglit. Like, really do his part. Sabi niya, so wala siyang to-do list. And siguro yung isa kong gusto rin i-point out is, ako I personally do kasi meron akong to-do list. So aside from my calendar, time block calendar. So for example, I have to study time, I have my investments time, etc. Then I have my to-do list as well. Other things that I need to accomplish. But ito yung one thing na shinare ko rin ito sa Instagram. I do wins weekly. Every time I have a win, I list it down. Just to, honor also na, I've been productive. Because a lot of us, when you look at our to-do list, bakit parang hindi nauubos? Wala naman ako na-accomplish this week. Yung ganyang na-feel na parang, oh my God, wala ako natapos all week. But, if you start writing down your wins, weekly wins, in different aspects of your life, hindi lang sa work. Like, for example, workout, diba? So, susulat ko dyan, I did work out 4 times this week. Yung parang ganon. Parang consciously, you're giving credits also to what you do. Para naman, you don't feel like, parang walang napuntahan yung day ko. Parang walang napuntahan yung buong week ko. Wala ako nagawa. So, yung weekly wins, literally, just listing down all the wins. Kahit na maliit lang. No, sinusulat ko doon para malaman ko na, may nagawa pala ako. Give credits to myself. Aside from, looking at your calendar na punong-puno, you just write down your wins. Siguro I want to talk about the values that we need to manage our time better. What are the values? So you mentioned around discipline kanina. Do you have any values pa that you keep telling yourself or you practice so that you handle your time better?
Discipline's number 1. May isa pa ako pero wala akong word for it kasi parang the way I see things right now, habang bata tayo, you have to really go all out eh. Parang do everything that you can para pag matanda ka na, that's the time tatanda, maging sakitin ka, pagod ka na, and at least alam mong nagawa mo lahat. So that's how I think eh. Parang gusto kong gawin lahat ngayon while I'm strong. Ibang word for that. Pero yun, discipline, and then hindi naman sa may naisip ko ba? No word for what I'm thinking about. It's parang taking advantage of everything while you're healthy, while you look nasa peak ka pa ng buhay mo eh. So that's why you have to do everything. Kaya gano'n ako kasipag ngayon. Kasi alam ko in the future, mapagod ako eh. So, discipline pa rin ba? I don't know a word for that, pero that's how I see things. So that's...
I think it's parang energy mo, yung energy mo lang, you wanna use your... Hindi ko rin alam kung anong value.
Pero I don't know kung may term for that, pero gano'n ako eh. Kasi wala, lahat tayo tatanda. Look at our parents. Diba? Eventually, magkaroon ng time, maging mahina sila, tapos tayo mag-aalaga sa kanila. Diba? So ako, how I do it, how I see things, I wanna be able to really make a name for myself talaga. Make a lot of, syempre, money. That's what we're, first through our jobs and everything. Make a name, make money. Para pagdating ng panahon, wala ka ng problem. So that's discipline, and then that's, parang really exerting everything that you can as early as now. Because nothing in life lasts forever. Right now, I'm receiving a little bit of fame on TikTok. I'm doing well sa business ko, and becoming a financial advisor. Pero alam ko hindi yan forever kasi tatanda ka eh. So you have to make the most out of it while you're young, while you're strong. Para pagdating ng in the future, alam mong nabuhos mo lahat and then you get to enjoy the rewards of your hard work.
I like your mindset. I think hindi siya value, but I think it's really grounded on purpose. You know your end goal or where you see yourself. Kaya as early as now, you're really working on yourself and making time to, grow your business, grow yourself, take care of your health even. Because yun nga, sabi mo, di ba, pag tumanda, you're gonna take care of your parents also, no? So yeah, important yun. Ako, isa sa mga values talaga na pinapractice ko for time management or commitment management is commitment. Kaya siya nandun sa word, no? Commitment. Because I think it's important that you value, you ground everything on that value. Why? For example, ako, tinatamad ako, bumangon for a workout. Sabihin ko sa coach ko, sakit talaga ng katawan ko, I cannot work out. Oh my gosh, you know what I tell myself? My values, I'm committed, ganon. Tapos yun yung magpapabangon sa akin. I think that's how important your values are. No, na everything I do, when you're very intentional with what you do, you talk about it on that level, on the level of talking about values. So, ako yun. So parang with everything that I do, kunwari, galit ka, no? Ito hindi naman related sa time management. Ngayon, galit ka. I am calm. Yung paulit-ulit lang ako. That's how I rewire my mindset talaga. So important na yung value. So sinabi mo, no, discipline. You also want to highlight the importance of knowing your purpose. Kasi if you know your purpose, it's gonna make you move, guys. So you have to be clear with your purpose, with everything that you do. I'm not just saying career. I'm saying, for example, si Kevin, diba? Sinabi niya, nag-workout siya. Tapos, he has to be healthy to take care of parents niya pagtanda nila. So, yung purpose na hindi yung workout, hindi ka naman nag-workout kasi gusto ka ng abs. Well, of course, some of us wants that. But some of us, including me. But ang sinasabi ko lang dito is that you need to be very, very clear with your purpose, with everything that you do. And I always say that on my TikTok videos, especially with money. You have to be clear with your purpose. Bakit mo ba gusto mag-ipon? Bakit mo ba gustong ayusin yung finances mo? Kailangan may purpose lahat. Everything's rooted in your purpose. So yeah, even with your time, your schedule, your commitments, you have to be clear with your purpose. And I read it somewhere the past couple of days that if it doesn't bring you love, peace, or positive energy, don't say yes to it. Diba? Kung hindi siya aligned to your purpose. Because parang parang for example, the way I see purpose with the things that I do is parang siyang pupunta ka ng isang lugar. For example, pupunta ako ng SM MOA. Ang layo, di ba? QC ako, guys. So, kunwari pupunta ako SM MOA. Yung purpose ko doon, for example, bibili ako sa National Bookstore. So, yun yung purpose ko. So, kahit na sabihin sa akin ng tao, umuulan, pupunta pa rin ako. Kahit na sabihin sa akin ng tao, traffic, pupunta pa rin ako. Kasi the purpose for me is very clear na doon ako pupunta. And ito yung gagawin ko. May kailangan akong bilhin talaga sa national doon sa specific branch na yun. Parang ganon. And even if sabihin sa akin, hindi Yani, tambay tayo, punta tayo ng BGC muna, wag ka muna magmowa. Parang I can easily say no to it because I'm very clear with my purpose. No, I have to go to I have to go to national in SM MOA because I have to buy this, whatever. Diba? So that's how important your purpose is, and it's important that you're clear around it so that you don't say yes to things na hindi on the way doon. For example, may nag-aya sa akin papuntang north, sasabihin ko, guys, hindi siya on the way sa purpose ko, so I will not say yes to it. Diba? For example, sabihin sa'yo, sabi, galing. Diba? For example, sabihin sa akin ngayon, Yani, halika mag-singing lessons tayo. Parang sasabihin ko, hindi talaga siya aligned sa purpose ko eh. Alam mo yon, parang hindi talaga siya aligned sa bigger picture for me and my life. So I will not say yes to it. It can be tempting because I've always wanted to learn how to sing, diba? But it's not aligned to what I want to do, to what I do, right? So if you're clear, you can manage your time better, you can manage your commitments better if you are very clear with your purpose. So, ayun, ikaw, ano yung take mo doon?
I think kaya mo naman kumanta. You know,
Sige, gusto ko yun, no? Start ako sa TikTok, no? Para maging Olivia Rodrigo ako na sumikat sa TikTok.
doon siya sumikat. Akala ko parang artist na siya beforehand pa.
Siya tsaka si Bella Porch.
Okay.
Si Bill
Doon
the
sila
Bitch.
galing.
Yeah.
Si Bella Porch.
Doon sila
ano,
sumikat.
Si
Pero hindi-
Olivia din,
ano
no,
ba?
sa TikTok siya.
Out of topic. Hindi ako magiging singer, guys. Pero malay ninyo ma-manifest ko yan, no?
Go for it.
The joke lang. So, do you have any like tips for people who are struggling around their time around how they manage their time right now, especially working from home?
Yeah. A very helpful tip is have a calendar. And then another ano rin, kasi syempre we're all yung mga target naman ng podcast na mga young adults, the ones who are starting to work. Ano rin, I don't know if this is good advice, pero kasi the reason din na parang tinatry ko umangat ako ng umangat is may mga ka-competition ako eh. So I have people from work or people, siguro sasabihin mo sa industry mo, di ba, parang you look up to a certain person, gusto mong tapatan. So that's how I see things also. Parang medyo competitive din ako if he's doing these kinds of numbers. So syempre habulin ko rin siya. So ayun, you have to have a calendar of your own. Tapos kailangan may kasabay ka dito sa journey mo. Alright, kasi pag mag-isa ka lang, some people work, kaya naman nila mag-isa. So, pero ako kasi hindi, may mga competition ako. Pero mga friends ko rin naman sila eh. So I ask them what they're doing, tapos nakita ko yung mga results nila. So, try kong pantayan whatever they're doing. Alright, so same thing sa ginagawa ko in both na rin sa pagka-commercial ko at saka sa pag-work ko. So parang pagka-commercial may mga nakikita akong certain mga pina-follow ko rin kasi sila eh. Okay, nakuha niya itong project na to. So I have to kailangan ko i-step up yung ginagawa ko para more projects ako. Sa financial advising, nakaganito siyang ganitong number of sales. So kailangan habulin ko rin siya. So you have to have parang competition din para at least may magpo-push sa'yo. Kasi otherwise, parang pag sarili mo lang, you tend to parang okay na ako dito. Tapos nakikita mo yung mga peers mo umaangat. So syempre, papayag ka bang ganun, diba? So that's a helpful tip I can give you. Have someone na friendly competition na sabay kayong aangat through life.
I love that, no? Very athlete mindset.
Yeah, so yun yung
compete.
Athlete, ganun.
Very
athlete competitive. Yung friend ko.
Yeah. Athlete mindset, I guess yun, no? So what I got is number 1, systems in place. So importante that if you're using your calendar, use your calendar. If you're using your planner, if you want to write it down, just use it. But you have to have a system in place. Number 1, di ba? Number 2 is compete. And I think what I want to reiterate here is that you have to allow yourself to grow every day, because the moment you stop growing, you stop living. So, kailangan you have to have that competition with yourself. Atomic Habits, 1% better every single day.
Yeah.
Diba? So, you have to be better every single day with anything that you're doing. No, kahit na sabi mo employer ako, so wala naman talagang employee ako, wala naman talagang competition within the team, ganyan, then compete with yourself. I think that's important, that you challenge, that's the term that you used. Then you challenge yourself every single day to be better, to be your next level. Diba? And I like that because you're encouraging people to go outside their comfort zone also.
Yeah.
You know, part of, like for me, part of my calendar is my growth. Like I have time to watch YouTube videos that will add knowledge to my leadership. Ganong level. So it's part of the calendar, which means naka-block yung certain time for me to learn, to grow myself. Because I personally, di ako athlete, competitive din ako, highly competitive person, but I like competing with myself, most especially. Like if I've done something, okay, nagawa ko na mag-podcast, sige, ano naman kaya magvo-vlog naman ako. Alam mo yun, parang, what's my next level? Parang laging ganon, no? Always asking yourself, how could you be better than you were yesterday? Okay? And number 3, of course, and I like to point it out and reiterate it also, that you have to have an accountability buddy with what you do. You know, if the people you're always with, for example, yung friends mo, lagi mong kausap, tapos, alam mo yun, wala silang structure. Parang any time of the day, talk to them, you just talk about, you know, doing things na hindi related to your success, hindi related to your purpose, then magiging ganun ka rin. Again, theory of space, guys. You are the average of the 5 people you're always with. So if you're talking to people who are always on phone, doing TikTok, nag-ML lang parate. Yung mga ganyang, or nagdodota, or okay, I don't have any hate for people who want to, you know, keep playing. But what I'm saying is, if that's your theory of space, that will be your reality as well. So, importante that you have an accountability buddy. I personally have one. I'm not sure if may ganun ka, but I have a group chat with 2 of my, so yung team namin, like, may accountability buddies kami, specifically for daily routine. So we send, okay, I'm done now with my journal. I'm done now working out. You know, parang you just hold yourself accountable to others so that, you know, they push you also. And when you're struggling, yun yung I think maganda pag may support system ka or you have your accountability buddy is that, you know, they push you, they motivate you, they give you ideas or tips on how you can properly handle your routine. So yun yung 3 things daw na nakuha ko from you, Kevin. Ang dami ko pala nakuha doon. And I think lastly, no, ito yung isang gustong-gusto ko i-point out regarding time. Because a lot of people keep saying, and ako personally medyo guilty din ako dito. I always say, I'm busy, ganyan, before. Parang, yeah, I'm busy. No, you can't talk to me, I'm busy. I don't reply to people kasi I'm busy, ganon. No? So saying you're busy. I think I want to talk about, lastly, no, before we close this, is how we should not glorify being busy, but rather being productive. Right? So how do we qualify being busy and being productive for you?
All right. Being busy, being productive, yun yung syempre that's something na may papasok na parang advantage sa'yo. Parang every time you do something productive, you get better. Being busy kasi sometimes, pinutusan ka ng parents mo, ganun. So, it's better maging productive, di ba? So, I guess, mas magandang maging productive kasi it gives you benefits. Alright, so yung mga busy na, actually, hate ko rin yung reason yun, yung busy. Pero sometimes it happens. So, yun.
Ako kasi naalala ko na naman lahat ng taong hindi ko ma-replyan dahil busy ako.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think being productive really is having results. Diba?
Yeah.
Pag productive ka, may results, may end results, may output, kumbaga. Diba?
Yeah.
But being busy for nothing is different, guys. So, invitation ko sa inyo, try to, assess your schedule right now and see, diba? Kasi usually, sabihin mo, busy ako. Sige nga, tingnan mo yung calendar mo. Wala naman palang laman. Diba? Parang inisip ko lang, busy ako, dami kong ginagawa. Sige, patingin ng calendar. Diba? When I do talks for commitment management, I usually allow people to write down their entire calendar without unnecessary things. For example, you write down all the things you need to do, yung important, non-negotiable. For example, your daily routine in the morning. I have my me time 7 to 9 a.m. I have for example, my learning time ng 9 to 10 a.m. Okay, so that's yours. Importante yun. And then you have work time, let's say ako mga 3 to 4 hours a day. So you have that. And then you see gaps, diba? You see gaps in your calendar and you say, oh my gosh, marami pa pala akong pwedeng gawin. Diba? How come I keep saying I'm busy when your calendar isn't full? And I think when you plot it kasi in your calendar, it pushes you, sabi mo nga, diba? Na it pushes you na, oh, ito yung kailangan ko talagang matapos today.
Yeah.
Ganon. So, important talaga that you plot that. So, if you're the type of person like me, lagi ko sinasabi, I'm busy, no? check your calendar. Are you really busy or are you just productive? At the same time, if you feel like you're just busy but you check your calendar, hindi puno talaga siya and all productive, then allow yourself to recognize also that you're just being productive with using your time and not being busy for nothing. Kasi no, give credits to yourself also. I'm talking to myself. So give credits to yourself, Yanni. Ayun. Ayun. So, yeah, I think I love this conversation, Kevin, because most people now are either studying from home or working from home, so I know that they can get something from this episode. So before we end this, may any last words ka ba regarding our topic?
Siguro to add to that, work smart. Like i-add ko lang kasi minsan busy or doing things na sometimes busy being productive pero parang may mga bigger things in life to so you have to gauge kung ano yung mas marami kang makukuhang benefits. So work smart, don't work hard. Sum everything up na lang. Better may competition ka in life. Isasabayan nyo, sabay kayo mag-grow. And then, like Yanni said, have a structure for your whole calendar niya.
Alright, perfect. And yeah, narinig nyo naman, dami yung advice from your local tito from TikTok. Make sure to actually promote yourself, Kevin.
Pwede. So everyone watching, thanks for watching. And sana marami kayo natutunan sa sinasabi ko dito. You can follow me on my socials. It's at KevinVTY. I have Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. And then I'm also a financial advisor. So if you want to do any financial planning, you can send me a DM.
Slide into his DM daw because he will reply.
I reply. Kahit maraming messages yan. Talagang nasa harap ako ng laptop ko lagi. May kita ko yan.
Ayun. All right. Thank you so much, Kevin. Again, thank you for saying yes to me and for, sharing light on our very important topic for today. So, yeah, guys, this has been another episode and I hope marami kayo natutunan. Tag me on your stories if you're listening to this. And of course, don't forget to like and share it also on your social media. See you guys on the next episode. Bye. Once again, this is Coach Yanni Moya reminding you to breathe and live your best life every day. Because remember, when you tap into your state of bliss, you unlock limitless possibilities. If you enjoyed this episode, do follow and subscribe for weekly content. You can also follow me on my socials at Coach Yanni Moya on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. See you next week!